3 weeks before my daughter's 8th birthday, I realized I could no longer trust the people who raised me. I had spent months preparing. Invitations sent, confirmations logged, spreadsheets with timestamps, screenshots, everything documented. They had all said they would come. My parents, my sister, everyone. By the time I pulled into the driveway, the yard was empty. The bounce house swayed alone in the wind. The cupcakes, carefully decorated, sat untouched. Clara clutched my hand, eyes wide. And in that moment, I understood something I had always suspected. The people who claim to love you can become your most dangerous adversaries. My name is Tori Barrett. I'm 33, a software engineer, and a single mother. Clara is 8, fiercely intelligent, stubborn, and painfully perceptive. Every day of her life I've structured with near military precision. Therapy schedules, meal plans, school routines, bedtime rituals down to the second. Not for control, but for survival. She's my responsibility, and I am hers. But survival, I learned, is fragile. 3 months before her birthday, I rented a bounce house, bought 24 folding chairs, and ordered a cherry red cake with delicate pink sugar tears. Clara's choice. I hand-lettered name cards for every guest, folding each one like a contract. You are expected. You are remembered. Each RSVP was logged, cross-checked, and saved in my spreadsheet. Each promise captured in screenshots, texts, emails, even phone calls. I built a system of accountability to ensure that no one could erase this day. 2 weeks before the party, my sister Lydia called. Breathless, flustered. "Oh, just so you know, Camila's planning an event the same day, 2 to 4 p.m. Shouldn't interfere, right?" I cross-checked the calendar. It didn't conflict, but her tone suggested manipulation, a way to pull attention away from Clara's birthday. She didn't mention guests. She listed adults, staff, even the DJ. She was orchestrating a parallel universe, a subtle erasure of my plans. I called my mother, Joanna. Her voice was smooth, almost soothing. "Don't worry, Clara will have a great birthday. She has plenty more." I hung up. Calm, but my stomach tightened. My mind raced. They were already rewriting reality. I documented every conversation, every text, every minor threat. I built redundancies like firewalls, spreadsheets acting as shields. Saturday arrived. Sun bright, grass still damp with morning dew. Bounce house hummed, red and yellow, white arches swang. Cake under glass. Chairs in perfect arcs. Name cards meticulously placed. Clara adjusted each one, whispering, "It's beautiful." At 12:50 p.m., the driveway was empty. 1 p.m., still empty. 1:25 p.m., no cars. Clara looked up, worried. "Maybe Grandma is just slow?" I nodded. Maybe. That was all I could give her. By 2:15 p.m., I had left multiple messages. Diane, voicemail. Lydia, voicemail. Aunt Margie, voicemail. Cousins, voicemail. Silence. My spreadsheet glowed on my phone. Each confirmation noted, each non-appearance accounted for. I didn't yell. I didn't panic. I documented, prepared for next steps. At 2:30, Diane finally answered. "It's just a prep meeting. Clara will be fine." "Who else is there?" I asked. Hesitation. Partial truths. She was orchestrating a parallel event, shadowing Clara's day. My mother and sister were building an alternative reality, one where Clara's party did not exist. By 4 p.m., the bounce house hummed alone. Cake untouched, chairs empty. I sent Diane $1 via Venmo. Memo. Hope it's memorable. Timestamped. Documented. Quiet rebellion. Invisible. Perfect. 3 days later, my father, Greg Reynolds, arrived unannounced, carrying furniture, boxes, tools. "We need to inspect the wiring. Safety hazard," he said. I told him to leave. He tried anyway. I called the police. Officers arrived. They reviewed photos, timestamps, ring camera footage, inventory. Civil matter. No charges. Chaos neutralized, but the memory remained, vivid and threatening. Clara watched from the porch, confusion on her face. "Mom, are they mad at you?" "Yes, honey," I said. "But we're okay." Over the next week, they escalated. Falsified CPS complaints, coached witnesses, manipulations to make me appear negligent. My mother sent letters, dripping with guilt and veiled threats. Lydia circulated minor fabrications online, subtle gaslighting. Every action had to be anticipated, every lie cataloged. I hired attorney Ruth Hart. She taught me to weaponize my documentation, cross-examine, expose inconsistencies, procedural errors. Depositions, witness statements, screenshots, letters, photos, videos. Weeks of preparation, every minor detail a shield. Court day arrived. The room smelled of polished wood and tension. Judges whispered, attorneys shuffled. Lydia fidgeted. My mother avoided eye contact. Clara sat beside me, clutching my hand. Fear, confusion, alertness. She was aware, even if she didn't understand fully. Her presence amplified every moment, every word spoken. The climax was subtle but devastating. I presented a USB drive Grandma Eleanor had prepared years ago. Notes documenting favoritism, manipulations, instructions to protect Clara. One line read aloud, "Greg mistakes control for love." The courtroom shifted imperceptibly. Diane's face crumpled. Lydia's hands trembled. Witnesses adjusted posture. The subtle balance of authority my parents assumed for decades collapsed quietly but irrevocably. After the verdict, the real work began. Clara's birthday was celebrated intact. Bounce house, cake, decorations, all untouched. Name cards preserved. One card, her own, remained in place. The lessons were silent. Love doesn't guarantee loyalty. Blood doesn't guarantee protection. Survival requires vigilance, observation, and assertive boundaries. Every small action, $1, a spreadsheet, a letter, becomes a fortress against manipulation. Weeks later, the family reached out sporadically. Apologies mixed with defensiveness. Small kindnesses punctuated by old patterns. I documented each one. I protected Clara's life and memories. I learned that victory is quiet, sometimes invisible. It is measured in small, precise actions, careful documentation, and emotional resilience. Boundaries, not anger, preserve survival. Evidence, not confrontation, neutralizes manipulation. Clara asked, months later, sitting beside me on the porch, "Mom, will they try again?" "Yes," I said. "But we're ready," she replied, squeezing my hand. And I knew, finally, that preparation, love, and vigilance had created a space where she could truly grow, free from their manipulations.